the story of the stripes that healed the world and saved humanity. Long ago, the prophet Isaiah looked into the future and saw a servant of God who would suffer greatly, not because of his own sins, but for the sins of all people. He described him as one who would be beaten, rejected, and wounded. Yet through his pain, others would find healing. Centuries later, Jesus of Nazareth walked the earth. He healed the sick, opened blind eyes, made the lame walk, and raised the dead. The crowds loved him, but the leaders feared him. They plotted to silence him. One night, Jesus was betrayed by a friend and arrested. Soldiers dragged him before rulers who mocked and condemned him. Then, in a cruel punishment, they tied him to a post and whipped him with sharp, cutting lashes. Each strike tore his skin, leaving long, burning wounds, the stripes Isaiah had spoken of. The soldiers laughed, pressing a crown of thorns into his head. They spat on him and struck him. He was bruised and beaten, though he had done nothing wrong. Finally, they led him to the cross, where nails pierced his hands and feet. To the world, it looked like defeat, but in God's plan, those wounds carried meaning. His blood was not spilled in vain. It was poured out for forgiveness, for peace, and for healing. Just as Isaiah had said, he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. When Jesus gave his last breath, the curtain of the temple tore in two, showing that the barrier between God and man had been broken. 3 days later, he rose from the grave, proving that death itself had no power over him. From that moment on, everyone who believes in him could find forgiveness and restoration. The stripes on his back became the pathway for healing, not only of sickness in the body, but also of the soul and spirit. If you believe in Jesus, comment by his stripes, I am healed and saved. Moral of the story: the wounds of Jesus were not meaningless. Each stripe carried love, each bruise carried forgiveness, and each drop of blood carried life. Through his suffering, humanity was offered healing, peace, and eternal hope. Please like, share, and leave a comment. If you're not following us, you probably will not see us again. Follow for more.